Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks for joining us on today's video. You know, in the world of clones and reproduction of cars, it's nice to run across something really authentic, really nice, and a beautiful restoration on top of it. So let's take a minute. We're going to walk around this 71 Chevelle 396 Convertible. You see a couple things on here that make you know that somebody has spent a little bit of time getting to the details and attention to stuff on a 30 or 40-year-old car that a lot of people will overlook. So as we walk around, let's start with the paint for a minute. Cranberry red paint, okay? Check this out for a second. I'd like to be able to see how clear it is. So listen, the red paint shows up really nicely with this here, and we'll move over to the black stripes as well, and look at that. Really, really nice. So a nice feature that we forget to ask about also is a little bit about the stripes themselves. Some people just put decals on cars over top of the regular paint. That's not the case here. What we have here is a car that was fully restored, but it was wet sanded and buffed after it was laid the red paint on. Then when they go ahead and they laid down the black stripe on it, wet sanded again, right? Then they cleared over the entire car. And the reason you want to do that is so that this right here doesn't start to tear over time when you're washing the car, waxing the car, and things like that. The rough edge would become jagged and would become ugly. Here it's all protected and looks really nice. Listen, a lot of cars say they have cowl induction hoods. This car really does have the cowl induction hood, which is a very expensive option on here. They all have the raised hood, and a lot of times even we put the cowl induction emblem on here because the emblem looks so great, but this has the real deal flapper hood and it's functional, okay? Even little stuff like the lights are working and the gauges are working and the turn signals. You say, well, what's the big deal about that, Tony? You're selling a car like that. Well, the big deal about that is 99% of these cars, half the stuff doesn't work when it arrives here, and that's what we do, trying to get you the right car. So we're trying to offer you a turnkey car where the turn signals work, and if the radio's in the car, that it's functional, and if it's the drivability, it's got the right power, and it handles well, and the fuel lines aren't leaking, and the brake lines aren't frayed. And that's what we're really hoping will happen with you here. So as we walk around a little bit more, we'll look and notice that the chrome and stainless is all new. Wheels and tires are correct. The only difference is this car here has radial tires on it, which significantly improves the ride of it. So if you wanted to, we could put the show belted tires back on there, and then you would maybe have two sets of tires if you want to buy yourself another set, however you wanted to work that. We can see inside here we have power disc brakes, which lets you know that you've got a super sport to begin with. And as we open the hood, you'll see the rest of the detail that gives you the rest of the confirmation. All right, so let's take a peek under the hood here for a second. So some detail stuff. For instance, cowl induction air cleaner seals itself right here, so you're getting that nice cold air from outside. Power steering, power disc brakes. This has an upgraded exhaust system on it. Makes for a great sound, and you pick up a little extra power. The hood pins, which we saw, which I really love the look of that. We put on little stuff like this, like the battery topper. So although it has a modern gel style battery, it has the looks of the old style battery, which makes it kind of look a little bit more authentic, especially if you wanted to show this car. So some nice little detail stuff like this here. It's got tower clamps, okay? GM hoses, a couple other details. If you want to go to a show, it's got the cool little tags on it that would have come from the factory right there about the brakes. Everything's kind of like dressed the way it should have, all right? All right, so let's take a peek underneath for a minute. All right, so we got our Super Sport 12-bolt rear end there. This one here has an upgraded sway bar in it, kind of like the F41 suspension would have given you. All right, you can see the big exhaust system all the way through there. They're flow master, so this car sounds really, really good. And with the headers and things like that, offers great, great power. All right. Okay, now this is always a good sign in a car. If you get a car cover, all right, a car cover is nice because it says that the person not only kept the car inside, but they also covered it while it was inside, and that's what you got. This trunk here is all nicely detailed. This is a jack and things like that, so it doesn't slide all around. Really what that's supposed to do is hold the boot for the convertible top, but for right now we just wanted you to see that, so it has that there. This has an upgraded stereo in it. It's kind of hidden, so I hope that's okay, which is really the way I would like it. So if you come over here, you'll see the amp here. There's some heavy duty wiring, upgraded speakers, and what have you. But it's nicely hidden, so in case you went to a show, it's not so obvious. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the car cover right here. Oh, look at that, there's no amp in the car now. Again, clear coated stripes, so that you can wash and wax the car and you don't have to worry about it deteriorating. New chrome, new stainless. All right, let's check out the inside. All right, let's move inside here. this is kind of cool too, because when you think about it, like these cars are a lot of fun with family and friends. So the seats slid all the way back, right? I'm 6'1", normally kids would have plenty of room, and I have the seats slid all the way back just to give you an idea. 2 adults could easily go for a ride in here. The speakers are hidden down here and they're painted black to match so they're not so obvious. All right, all the detail work has been done, like new seat moldings, the backs of the seats have been redone, the seat covers, the carpets, got the real Super Sport floor mats in it. All right, got the right Super Sport dash. So this is kind of nice, and I'll tell you why, because not all Super Sports came with a tachometer. This has a factory tach in it here, 120 miles per speedometer, and another good indication of the level of a car and the quality is little things like this. You hear that sound? That's the key and buzzer, okay, that we've left the keys in the car. How cool is that, huh? AM, FM right here. Factory gauges, so you got your fuel, your temp, and your amps, and you got all those little detail stuff there. Has a power convertible top. Buckets that have been recovered and restuffed. New carpet, we talked about the floor mats already. It's at the console. White shifter ball, like it's supposed to. The mirror's nice and clear. The flapper door you can see. And lo and behold, what's in here? This is what I'm talking about. So this is the way to do it, man. You take the Eclipse sound system, you hide it inside the glove box right here, okay? And you got your amp, you got speakers buried all around and nobody can really see it. So this way you get your cool, authentic muscle car, but you go ahead and you get this remote so you can run your sound system as well. This is really very nice. So nobody needs to know that's in there. Plus it sounds great too. This right here is a cool kind of piece of paper. This is actually our test drive sheet. So we test drive these cars. The service manager has checked over and made sure all of these things work before we deliver the car to you. Then he signs off on it. And again, we include free enclosed door-to-door shipping anywhere in the continental USA, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. All right, so closing up the video, we talked a lot of things about what make this a real Super Sport versus not. All the evidence is there. Unless you have documentation, back to 1970s, it's very difficult to tell. But at the end of the day, this is a great car. First off, it's a big block, 4-speed, Super Sport convertible. It's got the upgraded sound system. It's got things like the footwell lighting working, the key and buzzer working, little stuff like that that says somebody spent some time on the restoration. And you could have a lot of fun in this car. Anyway, if you can find a way to get a cool big block convertible in your life, throw in the 4-speed and the 12-bolt, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it.